Okay, so I've got my hill kind of sculpted out, or I've got my hill carved out, but now I need to actually do a little bit of sculpting. And there's a lot of gaps in here, and if we look from different angles, we can see that there's definitely some inconsistency. So before I start doing any actual sculpting, let's deal with a few of those gaps and see what we can do with them. So I just selected this vertex, and if I hold down the shift button, I can select another vertex. And then on my keyboard, I can just push J, and that will join them, creating edges in between. And wherever it overlaps with an existing edge, it'll create another vertex. So having done that, I think the next thing I'm going to do is switch to plane select mode. Select that bottommost smallest plane, and then I'm going to hold down Control and select the plane up towards the top. And what happens is it basically tries to pick the shortest path to the point that you just selected from the one you had previously selected. I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to extend down. And now what I'm going to do is just push delete to delete those faces. Then I think I'll go into edge select mode and do the same deal. I will hold down Control, and it went ahead and selected everything in between. And then what I think I'll do is, just being kind of rough here, I'm just going to push E to extrude, and I'm just going to roughly extrude something straight down. I'll clean that up later, but the point is this kind of represents the edge of a cement wall, more or less, where the driveway would extend. But you can see there's still some gaps here, but I can still deal with that. I mean, I can grab this vertex and move it over, and I could even go so far as to join these two things and connect this vertex to that house, but I'm not going to deal with that at the moment. I think maybe I'll do the same thing here, is if I just kind of zoom in on the steps, there's gaps right here. So I think what I'll do is I will, again, in edge select mode, I'm going to just grab one of these edges, and then I'll just kind of scroll up towards the top of the stairs. And I think I'll just go up to about there. And same type of deal. I think let's whip around to the backside so I can see it from under here. But I think I'm just going to push E to extrude and just kind of do something down here. Okay, behind the scenes. But at least for the moment, that creates visually, if I get out of X-ray mode, something that looks a little bit more reasonable. And then I'll go back and I'll do the same thing on this side, some of the same stuff. And then after that, I'll do a little bit of sculpting.